Hey, great day, everybody. This is Zen, and welcome to I Have the Right To, where you fill in the blank. This is going to be short clip part 2, okay? Please remember to share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. All right. So attention, in the event that you have not taken the opportunity to watch short clip part 1, please stop watching this clip and make your way to the previous clip in order to prevent confusion, as I will not repeat the majority of what was already revealed in the previous short clip. All right, it's very important. You want to watch that clip first. Are you ready? Let's go. Okay, you guys, so we're going to do a quick recap regarding a necessary and proper law which was enacted by Congress, okay? So we're going to take a look here. As we can see, this is actually the Social Security Act, Title 42 U.S. Code, Chapter 7, Social Security, okay? And you can find the actual short title of said chapter in 42 U.S. Code 1305, okay? And it will say this chapter may be cited as the Social Security Act. All right? Okay, so right here you see 42 U.S. Code 1301A when used in this chapter. And the chapter that the aforesaid law is referring to regarding the terms is Chapter 7 of Title 42 U.S. Code, Social Security. Okay, so now we're going to venture in this particular U.S. Code, which is a necessary and proper law enacted by Congress. 42 U.S. Code 1301A, 1, state. Okay? Again, remember, the chapter that the aforesaid law is referring to regarding the terms is Chapter 7 of Title 42 U.S. Code, Social Security. So let's go ahead and read this particular term. All right, so as we can see here, it says, the term state, except where otherwise provided, includes the District of Columbia and the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, and when used in subchapters 4, 5, 7, 9, 19, and 21 includes the Virgin Islands and Guam. Such term, when used in subchapters 3, 9, and 12, also includes the Virgin Islands. Such term, when used in subchapter 5 and in Part B of this subchapter, also includes American Samoa, the Northern Mariana Islands, and the Trust Territory of the Pacific Islands. Such term, when used in subchapters 19 and 21, also includes the Northern Mariana Islands and American Samoa. In the case of Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and Guam, subchapters 1, 10, and 14, and subchapter 16, as in effect without regard to the amendment made by Section 301 of the Social Security Amendments of 1972, shall continue to apply, and the term state, when used in such subchapters, but not in subchapter 16, as in effect pursuant to such amendment after December 31st, 1973, includes Puerto Rico, the Virgin Islands, and Guam. Such term, when used in subchapter 20, also includes the Virgin Islands, Guam, American Samoa, and the Northern Mariana Islands. Such term, when used in subchapter 4, also includes American Samoa. So the reason why I am reading this thing as slow as possible is because I need you to comprehend what is being said here in regards to the definition of state. The definition of state in 42 U.S. Code 1301A1. Okay, so let's review the map. These are the states. Okay, these are the states. All right, these are the states here. Okay, they are subject to 42 U.S. Code 1301A1 state. Okay, there is one missing, and there's a reason why, because it has been terminated. But hey, the definition says what the definition says, so I'm going to have to abide by what it says. So in front of you, you have here the District of Columbia, you have the Virgin Islands, which consist of St. Thomas, St. John, and St. Croix, okay? You have the Northern Mariana Islands, you have Guam, you have the American Samoa, and you have Puerto Rico, okay? Again, states. These are the states, i.e. state as defined in 42 U.S. Code 1301A1. Let's continue. Okay? And they're not referring to this. They are not referring to this, okay? Yes, District of Columbia is located here, but don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it right now. Don't worry about it. We're utilizing common sense at this particular time. So this is not 42 U.S. Code 1301A1, all right? Let's continue. Okay, so let's take a look at another necessary and proper law which was enacted by Congress, all right? So we're going to look at the definition of United States, 42 U.S. Code 1301A2. All right, so remember, the chapter that the aforesaid law is referring to regarding the terms is Chapter 7 of Title 42 U.S. Code, Social Security. Okay, so the term United States, when used in a geographical sense, means, except where otherwise provided, the states. Okay, the states. Let's review the map. These are the states that the United States, as defined in 42 U.S. Code 1301A2, is referring to. All right? This is what they're referring to. And not this one. All right? We're going based on what the law says. We're not going to go ahead and create our own presumptions, our own assumptions regarding the aforesaid. We're not going to do that. We're going to focus on what the law says. It doesn't matter how you feel. Your opinion does not count. The presumptions are out the window. Whatever the law says, it is what it is. So again, it is not this. Okay, so alert, rules of engagement. All right, so we're going to take a look at the United States for a second, for a moment. We have to take a look at it because we have to invoke the rules of engagement, okay? So the word states located within the term United States is subject to 1 U.S. Code 1, words denoting number, gender, and so forth. Emphasis regarding words importing the plural include the singular, okay? We're going to go ahead and make sure that we utilize this particular law accordingly. All right, so again, the foregoing is a necessary and proper law which was enacted by Congress. All right, let's continue. So after applying 1 U.S. Code 1, words importing the plural include the singular, it is evident that the word states located within the term United States is in direct connection with state as defined in 42 U.S. Code 1301A1. There is no doubt about that, everybody. There is no doubt about that. By me invoking 1 U.S. Code 1, and by me actually utilizing what the law says, words importing the plural include the singular, it brings me back to 42 U.S. Code 1301A1. Now, I didn't say this, but the law said this. Okay, this is a necessary and proper law which was enacted by Congress. This is not my opinion. This is not my presumption or assumption. Okay? And once again, the foregoing mentioned above are necessary and proper laws which were enacted by Congress. They all are. See? 42 U.S. Code 1301A2, 1 U.S. Code 1, 42 U.S. Code 1301A1. Boom. Okay, let's continue. All right, so let's take a look at another rules of engagement here that we have to pay close attention to, okay? So the word state is subject to 42 U.S. Code 1301B, includes and including, all right? So the term means when used in a definition contained in this chapter, we already know what chapter they're referring to, chapter 7 of Title 42, U.S. Code, Social Security. All right, so I'm going to read it again. When used in a definition contained in this chapter shall not be deemed to exclude other things otherwise within the meaning of the term defined. All right, so in other words, all other things not defined within the meaning of the term via chapter 7 of Title 42 U.S. Code is excluded. Simple as that. All right, simple as that. So let's go ahead and review the map again. So right here, you see the definition of state as defined in 42 U.S. Code 1301A1. Remember, there is no assumption, presumption, or opinions. Okay? It's not what you think it should be or it should feel to you. There should be no feelings in regards to this. This is straight logic. Okay? It's right here in front of you. Okay, so and it's not this. It is not this right here because that's not what it says here per 42 U.S. Code 1301A1. It didn't say this. It did not say this at all. Point blank. Okay, let's continue. So let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of Supreme Court rulings which support these statutory terms. Let's check it out. Make sure we're all on the same page here, okay? The following Supreme Court decisions applies to the foregoing laws, codes mentioned earlier here, okay? So let's take a look. When a statute includes an explicit definition, we must follow that definition, even if it varies from that term's ordinary meaning. Okay. Here's the case law to prove it. Let's look at another one. All right. Statutory definitions control the meaning of statutory words. It's another case law. So let's look at another one. A definition which declares what a term means excludes any meaning that is not stated. That's another one. Another case law. See that? It's not something I'm making up. I'm showing you guys the facts here, okay? It's not me. It is not me. Where Congress includes particular language in one section of a statute but omits it in another, it is generally presumed that Congress acts intentionally and purposely in the disparate inclusion or exclusion. It's beautiful. Okay, let's take a look at some more. Okay? Look at this one. In all cases involving statutory construction, our starting point must be the language employed by Congress. All right? Case law. And we assume that the legislative purpose is expressed by the ordinary meaning of the words used. All right. Okay. Let's continue. See what this one says here. Under the principle of usidum generis, when a general term follows a specific one, the general term should be understood as a reference to subjects akin to the one with specific enumeration. Wow. It's a good one. Let's take a look at the next one here. All acts in pari materia are to be taken together as if they were one law. Hey, all I'm doing, you guys, right now is I'm quoting the law of the land. I'm just quoting the law of the land. Congress creates the laws, right? The executive department enforces the laws, right? And the Supreme Court interprets the law. All I am doing is just reading what the law says. And it's being backed by the case law, backed by these case laws I'm presenting to you right now. All right, let's continue. All right, so let's continue here. Let's go, let's go. Okay, so let's check this one out here. So this is a very important one here. Official powers cannot be extended beyond the terms and necessary implications of the grant. If broader powers be desirable, they must be conferred by Congress. They cannot be merely assumed by administrative officers, nor can they be created by the courts in the proper exercise of their judicial functions. Employees of the Social Security Administration, employees of the Social Security Administration, workers of the Social Security Administration. You know, there's plenty of times when people come in there and they just want to go ahead and ask a simple question, but for some apparent reason, they've been told that, you know what, you know, I don't give legal advice. Go ahead and consult with an attorney. Are you serious? You know, you have people with PhDs, you have people with master's degrees, doctorate degrees, bachelor's, associates, combination of, and for some odd reason, they don't know this. They do not know what I am talking about right now. It is amazing. You know, and sometimes I wonder, and it's no disrespect to anyone who's working for the Social Security Administration or the local offices, SSA office, local areas, etc. It's not no disrespect to you, but what is the point of your degree? I mean, unless you have a major in law, or you're pursuing a journey, you're pursuing a degree to become a lawyer. But what is the point if you're not going to go ahead and actually initiate it accordingly? And what about this? If your degree is not in association with what you're doing for the SSA, why not you take the time to actually read the law to make sure that you're not violating the law? Because what if you run into someone who actually knows the law? Then this will be a serious situation here. A serious situation. Now, like I said, I'm not mad. I am not angry. I am not belligerent or whatever you want to call it. I'm just reading what the law says. That's all I'm doing. I am disclosing this information to everyone, everybody. That's all that I'm doing. Okay, let's continue. All right, so these, see, again, let's review the map. And what does it say, everybody? What does it say? These are the states of the United States. Simple as that. Simple as that. You can't get this wrong. I'm providing the information as is according to the law. Not my opinion, not my presumption or my assumption. It's right here. It is right here. And not this. So this right here, according to 42 U.S. Code, this is a no-no. According to 42 U.S. Code 1301A1, this is a negative. According to 42 U.S. Code 1301A2, this is a negative. Okay? All right, so question. Do you recall questions that were asked in short clip part 1? Okay, if not, let's review a couple of them just to be on the safe side. Now, some of them have been altered in order to, make sense of all of this. So just pay attention to the colors. Okay, so are you in possession of a Social Security card, or were you ever assigned a Social Security number? All right. Did your parents, guardian, etc., apply for the Social Security number at the hospital or directly with a local Social Security Administration office in a state as defined in 42 U.S. Code 1301A1 and or the United States as defined in 42 U.S. Code 1301A2? Let's take a look at the definition right here. Questions number 1 and number 2 should be easy. It should be easy to answer. I've provided you with all the information that's needed, all of it. Okay, take the time to answer question number 1 and number 2 in connection with this map here, in connection with the laws therein. Let's continue. All right. Do you believe that the Social Security card / number is subject to the Social Security Act, subsequent amendments included, Title 42 U.S. Code, Chapter 7, Social Security, Title 20 CFR, Social Security Administration, and Program Operations Manual System, better known as POMS? Because you are in possession of a Social Security card and or you were assigned a Social Security number, do you live in the United States and state as defined in Title 42 U.S. Code? Okay, let's go back to the map. Let's go back to the map. I need you to be honest with yourselves, okay? This is not to go ahead and cause any strife or stir up any issues. The law is the law. If you have in your possession a Social Security card and or you were assigned a Social Security number, the law is the law. Point blank, and it's simple. There's no opinion. There's no presumptions or assumptions. Okay? And not this. We're not talking about this. This is not 42 U.S. Code 1301A1 nor 42 U.S. Code 1301A2. Now, this is very important, you guys, so please take a moment of silence to understand what is going on right now. I know it may be a little bit of confusion to you. No, you were not taught this information in school. No, you were not handed this information by your parents or your grandparents, etc. But it's okay. I am providing this information to you right now because you have the right to know. You have the right to be fully disclosed. You have a right to full disclosure. It is your right. All right, let's continue. Okay, so hey, do you believe that people who work for the Social Security Administration are well informed regarding this information? That's actually a very good question. A very good question. All right, and something to think about. Tell me in your own words, what do you believe or what you've been told is the purpose of acquiring a Social Security number / card? Now, I'm not saying it's a good or bad thing. All I am doing is just providing you with this information, and it's up to you to think about it. No, you don't have to stop doing whatever you've been doing now. You don't have to stop doing it, okay? I am just providing you with this information because, like I said earlier, you have the right to full disclosure. You know the old saying, ignorance of the law is no excuse, right? On our part, as well as the local government, state government, federal government, etc. Okay, so are you starting to get the picture? Seriously, are you really starting to get the picture? So if not, please review this as well as the previous clip a couple of times. You're definitely going to need to in order to grasp this information. Okay? So, hey, thank you for hanging out, man. This concludes short clip part 2. I hope it was very informational. I hope you actually enjoyed this clip here, and please make your way to clip part 3 once it is available. All right. So once again, just in case you haven't done so, please subscribe and hit the notification bell. It is really important that you share this video with others who are in possession of a Social Security card and or have been assigned a Social Security number. Please share this information with our youth, whereas they also have the right to full disclosure. And you guys, if it's okay with you, please go ahead and share this video as well as the previous one on your social platform. I would definitely appreciate it. We just have to get this information out. No, we're not trying to cause any havoc or harm. This is the law. This is what the law says. So we got to just do what needs to be done lawfully, right? So once again, thanking you in advance. Again, my name is Zen, and this is I Have the Right To, where you fill in the blank. Have a great day.